In case you are not able to see the screen, just let me know. Full screen is visible now, Anirban?
Yeah, it's visible.
So today is our formal last class, we can say. Whatever topics are left, actually, those topics come under a broad category of roadmap ahead. Like once you have finished this courseware, initially what you do different types of photography. Like you don't pursue a specific branch of photography. You do everything. Like you do landscape, you do portrait photography, you do object, or maybe some advertising. Like whatever you are getting in front of you, that type of photography only you are doing. But once you are doing for quite some time, let us say 6 months, 1 year, after that you will start to develop interest in a specific field. Some people, they will develop their interest in landscape, some will develop in portrait photography, some people in artistic objects, some people maybe advertising photography. So depending upon that, what is the specific branch that you would like to follow will come. That will come maybe after 1 year or 2 years. So depending upon that, what are the things specific to a specific branch of photography that we'll be discussing on those specific branches, like portrait photography, fashion, photojournalism, street photography. So we'll have a small discussion on each one of those categories that I have listed. So we'll be discussing there. Apart from that, normally we'll have specific queries like what is the camera that I should buy, what is the lens that I should possess. So all those things will come. We'll touch a bit of photo processing. Like though this courseware is not for photo editing, but what we will cover is that what are the things that we should learn in post processing. Because after you know that these are the things I should concentrate, there are many sources you can learn, like YouTube is there, there are other third-party websites where free materials are there. I will be guiding you regarding all those things. And last but not the least, we'll have a brief summary of what are the things we have learned, and whatever things we have learned so far, how we can apply all those knowledge in this particular branch. Like if I want to pursue it just for creative skill, that way also how can I apply all these coursework in a better way. If I want to pursue it in commercial purpose or commercial career, then in that case also how I should go or how I should proceed in future. All those guidelines will be given in subsequent classes. Maybe another 3 to 4 classes would be suffice. In case there is any further clarification is required, so we'll be organizing maybe 1 or 2 classes, but should not be more than 3-4 classes, I feel, right? So that is for the upcoming classes. So this is the formal last class, we can say. So we will be covering it briefly. The first thing that we are having is the use of background. So majority we have discussed these things. Let us say this is our subject. So we wanted to take the photo of these people only. But see, we have beautiful background in this photo. So obviously, whenever we were taking a photo, since the beginning of our this courseware, we have discussed, we will be concentrating only on the subject, and whatever things are there, disturbing, distracting, unwanted, each and every element we will be removing from our photo. So we will be concentrating more on the background to check if something that I don't want. All those things I will be removing. If we are able to do that, then definitely our background will look much better and photos will be good. The easiest way to do so is to blur it, impart the bokeh effect that we can get. With modern digital camera also, it is a bit easier. If you are owner of a specific camera and if you are having a lens which supports larger aperture, then it is easy for us to do. So the subject will be in the focus and background will be out of focus and will not be disturbing. So, right, so this is the thing we can do. Portrait photography looks good when the background is blurred. This type of photos we see in the internet. So nothing more to discuss. Background will be there in the photo, we cannot remove it. But the objective of the background is just like that. The background is there. It is there in the frame, but it should not be visible or it should not be felt. Or in case, if you are making the background much more visible in the frame, then make the background complementary to the subject. We'll be seeing some example. So the first thing that we can do is that we can try to use complementary or contrasting type of background. So this is the subject, white dominated, and the background is black dominated or completely black. So this gives excellent visual appeal to the photo. I personally prefer a black background. Like whenever I do some portrait photography or some, let us say, fashion shoot, I always prefer black background because it is actually abstracting the user from seeing unnecessary things. Whatever you don't want, black means nothing is there. So that is again depends upon personal taste. I like black background. That does not mean that you also have to like that. So depending upon your taste, you can develop your own signature. This thing we discuss in the class of theory of color. Background can be of same color palette. In this case, see the subject and the background, they fall in the same color palette. This is opposite color palette. The subject is of green color, exactly opposite to the subject, the color magenta. So that is used in the background. So makes the subject pop. This you can use it. This is a mixed yellow, red, and opposite is cyan. So that way also the subject looks better. You can try these techniques. Last thing is that this photo looks good because of the background only. See, this is the subject and this is the background. So what you can do is that, let us say your friend has come or someone from your known circle has come to you because he or she knows that you are a good photographer. So what you can do, take your subject to the best place available in your locality. Then the photo will be good. In case there is some restriction like you cannot go out, then take the subject to the best place available in your flat or in your house, right? In case that also you cannot do, then take the subject to the best wall that your flat is having, or maybe take your subject to the best curtain that your flat is having. So first you select the background, whatever best possible background you can offer to your subject, to your customer, you select that. Then your photo, naturally it will look good. So this is a matter of habit that we should develop. Like normally what we do, if my friend asks me, Sujal, take one photo, what I do, wherever I am sitting, I just take my mobile, I just click it. No, that is the habit we should stop doing from now. What I should do, what every one of us should do, take your subject to the best place in the available circle and take a photo. So your subject naturally will become good. In case you are pursuing it in the next level, so professional backdrops are available for portrait photography. This sort of things can be purchased, not so costly. If you want to invest at your initial stages, this thing can be purchased maybe less than 1,000 rupees, right? In the next level, you can even go for this painted wall background, which gives you more professional looks. In case if you want to drill down further, you can go for creative looking background. These things are available. You can see that your local photo studio will be there. they will be having this sort of background where they will be taking photos. So all these things are nothing but very pretty thing, but we should develop the habit of imparting a better background consciously to the photo. So that how our photo, they look natural, they will be looking good. So very easy assignment that we should do. Just we have to post a photo which is looking good just because of the background. Otherwise, the photo may not be good. So that type of example you may try to post. So this was our first topic of discussion today evening. Second is importance of time and place. This particular class, I will take one famous photographer is there, Bobby Joshi. You can search his page in the Facebook. Each and every photo of that photographer is excellent, out of the world. The only technique that he emphasizes is the importance of time and place. One practical example that I will give you is that where I am staying now, so I have a balcony, wonderful balcony. From there, I get this view. So this is the view I get. So normal view, every time I go there, I get this view, right? So near about 12:30 in the afternoon, you can say. Now this place looks different like this evening, 4:30 p.m., maybe 5:30 p.m. It looks like this. This yellow or red color cast is there, which makes the photo looks better. Even this cloud has come, so it is adding some more values to this photo. Now the same place, now it looks like this. Now this particular photo is taken at 5 a.m. in the morning. Now the same place, same subject, now photo looks completely different from this to this. Maybe good, maybe bad, but photo looks different. Again the same place, this particular photo is taken when this was very cloudy. So what is my objective by showing these photos is that same place looks different when you take the photo at a different time, right? We'll see excellent example of these techniques in the next few photos that is followed by Bobby Joshi. So if you want to take good photo, what you have to do is that you have to go to the right place at right time. If you do that, your photos will be excellent. Just for example, let us say wherever you are living, there might be some park where people will be going for evening walk or maybe morning walk. You go to the same place at 12:30 afternoon, then again you visit the same place at 5:30 evening, maybe very early morning at 5, and see the difference and take some photos. You will be getting excellent photos that you don't get if you visit the subject maybe 10 a.m. in the morning. So what we have to do, just we have to go to the proper place at proper time and we will be getting excellent photos. Some example we will be seeing. So all these photos that we will be discussing based on the famous photographer Bobby Joshi. See, this is the photo. Obviously the place is excellent, beautiful with these flowers, but the important thing is that the photographer has gone to this place, waited for hours to this particular things to capture. So this shows us the importance of time and place. So he went to this place exactly at right time. He waited for this particular lighting to come there and lead the subject. All his photos, see this particular photos, same place, the environment that he is getting only because he went to the place at a proper time. Same place, if you take the photo at 11 in the morning, this place may not be so much beautiful, right? See, all these examples are just use of time and place. So Nothing much to discuss. Just remember the heading and apply it accordingly. You will be getting excellent photos. So what I suggest everyone is that for this assignment, just step out of your home, step out of your comfort zone, wherever you are living, whatever locations you are living, maybe you can go to your rooftop, maybe to the nearest joggers park, or maybe your some football ground or something is there. So when go there at maybe 5:30 in the evening or maybe 4:30 in the morning, take some photos and post this as assignment. You see the photo that you will be getting obviously will be out of the world. And normally what the problem is that for us is that initially we start our this photography, we start this our journey. Then after 2 months, 3 months, we just lose our interest. Why? Because we don't get good photos. No, we will not get good photos every time. Like if we visit the same place, obviously we are not going to good photos, and obviously we are not traveling much. Like today this city, maybe next week some other city, next week New York, next week Bombay. Obviously we are not doing that. So where from we are getting good photos? Obviously we'll be not getting good photos. But if you want to take good photos of the same subject, of the same location, what you have to do? Just you have to go to the place at proper time and you get excellent photos. See all these example that I have shown you, maybe taken during winter time, you can apply these techniques and you get good photos. Do you have to post a photos as assignment to emphasize the use of time and place in other photograph, right? So nothing more to discuss. Last topic for the evening is flash photography that we'll be discussing. We had some specific problem. We could not get answer for that. Like when we are applying faster shutter speed, let us say 1/200 of a second. So naturally we get darker photos, right? So what was the solution for that? I told you increase the ISO to higher values, something like maybe ISO 500, ISO 1000. So in that case, we were getting photos which are somehow properly exposed. But the problem that we were getting is that the photo had lots of noise. Now there are certain situations where we cannot afford to have high amount of noise, right? Where let us say you are doing some marriage photography. So there things will move, right? Your subject, bridegroom, they will move, they will go here, they will go there, and you have to click a photo. And if you are increasing the shutter speed to freeze the motion, and if you are increasing the ISO and noise is added to the photograph, and while you are taking print in a marriage photography, there are lots of noise. So basically your customer, they are going to beat you. So what is the solution for that? We will be discussing this in this particular class. Same situation we had when we were using aperture of lower value like f22. So aperture is very small, right? So f22 aperture is very small. Again, amount of lines is less. So we are getting darker photo. So for this type of situation, what is the answer? Increasing the ISO is obviously not acceptable depending upon upper situation. So what we have to do, we have to use some external light. Now this external light, there are different type of external light that we can use in our photography. But the basic thing, or that most of the time whatever is easily available, is the flash. So flash we get backside of our camera. If we are having mobile, so backside of the camera we get flashed. Or if you are the owner of a DSLR or any point and shoot camera, normally you will have a flash. So the first solution is that you can fire the flash so that problem that earlier it was there in the dark areas or dark location, you are not able to take a photo, that will be solved immediately. You can take a photo now. So this type of external light, when you are using with the help of flash and you are firing it up directly to the subject, it is known as direct flash, right? So this is the example of direct flash, like with your mobile or with your camera. If you fire it up, the flash, we get photos like this. We get a photos with exposure level somehow acceptable, but we get a photo like a ghost. This is called ghost effect, because whatever details are there, those are burnt out. So this is one example of using external light, which is flash, and it is called as direct flash. So to avoid this type of photo, what we can do is that this is direct flash. Let us say we are not in complete dark area. There is some light in a particular, let us say, room or location, and we are having a flash. So with that flash, we can improve overall experience, overall exposure, or the quality of exposure level that we are getting using a technique which is called as fill flash, FILL. Fill flash, what it means, there is a parameter called shutter speed, which we are using, let us say 1/200, 1/250, just to freeze the motion of the subject. So in that case, we are getting darker photo. So when the shutter speed is comparatively less, comparatively more, let us say 1/100, 1/80, something like that. So then what will happen? Environment, whatever lights are there in the environment or the surrounding will be captured. With that, if we fire our flash, then we'll have pleasing experience. So this is called as fill flash. Means what? We are not in complete dark area, but with that also we are firing the flash. So environment, whatever lights are there, that is illuminating the subject, as well as the flash is also illuminating the subject. This is known as fill flash. So we don't get this ghost type of effect, because in this case the subject is illuminated only with the help of flash, but in this case the subject is illuminated with surrounding light as well as your flashlight. So this is called as fill flash. So if the situation is in our favor, so we can use this technique to get a pleasing experience. Because see, in the left hand side of the photo, the subject without flash, so there are dark areas like this right hand side area or this neck, all these areas are dark, right? When we have applied flash, see, both side of the face is having lights now. Even in the neck area also it is having light. So this is example of using fill flash to make the subject look interesting, and we can remove the ghost effect. One more example, like first photo without flash and the second photo fill flash is used. The subject is illuminated properly. So what is our objective is that we are capturing surrounding light as well as the flashlight. So this we can do with our basic DSLR camera as well as whatever mobile we are using. With that back side of the mobile, we are having a flashlight. So with this, we can achieve this. So our first target is that we have to avoid using direct flash like this. What we will be using? We will be using fill flash to get effect like this. So this is one more example of fill flash. Without fill flash, this is how we are getting the photo. Left hand side of the screen, this is the photo we are getting. With fill flash, we get pleasing effect. Now there are things, the third technique which gives even pleasing result, which is called bouncing the flash. BOUNCING, bouncing the flash, which cannot be achieved with the built-in flash like our mobile or basic DSLR camera, whatever flash is there. With the help of that, it cannot be achieved, right? So this is also called as off camera flash firing. So if you are owning a basic DSLR camera, you can purchase a basic flash. Like this particular flash that we are having in the screen, it costs just 2200, right? I have recently purchased this type of flash one. So what things it can do is that the technique will understand. This is the camera. Here the flash is attached. Here the what we can say, the nozzle is there, and the flash will be firing. See, the direction is not to the subject, but the direction is toward the roof. So what we are doing, the entire light will be reflected by the rooftop. So this small light source will become larger to the size of the rooftop, because light will be reflecting from the rooftop. So as if our source of light is not a small flash, but the entire rooftop. So this is the technique. It is called as bouncing the flash, right? You are making the light source a bigger one, and the overall lighting experience that we are getting will be very pleasing. We see some example. We'll first understand this. So this is the subject. This is the camera. Here the flash is there. To flash, we are firing to the rooftop. So entire rooftop is now becoming our source of light. So light will be reflected there, and it will fall on the subject uniformly, and the experience that we will be getting will be very pleasing. You can see this example. If you are going to some wedding party, and if you see that some photographer have come, you observe that they normally they don't fire the flash directly to the subject, but they will be pointing to some wall, maybe towards this top, or maybe left, right, depending upon the creative effect that the photographer want. They will be bouncing the flash to the specific wall. So I think this photo is breaking up. Okay, but see, this is left hand side. This is the example of directly flash. So light is not uniform, even the shadow has come. This is the example of bouncing technique, because light will be uniformly distributed, shadow will not come, and this shadow, darkness, highlights, all these things will be very uniform. One more example of bounce flash. This is this type of effect or uniform light we get when we bounce the flash. This is the direct, and this is bouncing the flash. So three techniques are there. First is direct flash. We get this ghost effect. Second is the fill-in flash, like environment light is there, that also will capture, as well as flash light also will be adding, so we get a pleasing experience. And the third and last one, if we want to get more pleasing experience, then what we have to do, we have to purchase some external flash, and that flash light we can bounce, and we get further visual uniform distribution of light. So this is the example of flash. Why this is useful, or why this flash is coming? Because there are situations where we cannot afford to use high ISO because of the usability of the photo, like for fashion shoot, like for wedding, for parties, for corporate events. So high ISO, whatever photos we will be getting will not be acceptable. So we need some sort of external light. Flash we are using in this case. There are other external light we can use it. Those light will be even costlier. Here we are discussing about flash, and we can use it three different way: direct, fill in, and bouncing. So one assignment we will be doing, that is that we have to use whatever flash we are having, whether we are having a camera or mobile or some external flash. We have to post one photo where this use of flash is visible, right? So these are the three assignment we will be doing, and these are the three topics I had for discussing. If you are having any doubt, then just let me know, or else I will be terminating the session, and I will be posting these videos to the group. Assignment you can submit. Anirban?
I have a question.
Yeah,
Just
please.
one photo,
Yeah.
black background. How did you do that? The black background, is it edited?
Any specific photo you want to tell me?
The swan photo you
No, I have
showed,
not
swan
taken that.
mother.
I have not taken that, right? I have not taken that photo. But Anirban, I have other photos which you have seen multiple times. So I will just show you. You can ask your queries. I have understood that, but it is not edited. Anirban, I have normally I prefer black background, so I have really black backgrounds. I am having 4 black backgrounds. So normally, if I am shooting portrait photography, I do with black backgrounds only.
Okay, because I asked that
Yeah, you see,
because
this photo. Is it visible to you? The screen is visible.
yeah.
So this black you are seeing, na? So this is directly I have used black background, black cloths you can say, not normal black cloths. I have black cloths specifically designed for photography. Normally I prefer this type of black background.
Okay, I understood.
Right. And other way, what you can do is that in Photoshop, there is selection technique that we have to learn. We have to spend hours of time in that. And once we are able to select our subject, right, then we can change the background to any color that we want. But personally,
I do that.
Personally, what I prefer, I always prefer black background. See, initially I use black background. After that also, I do some editing so that that wrinkles will be there, right? Wrinkles will be there. Some disturbing elements will be there. So all those things, with the help of Photoshop, I will be removing so that my subject or whatever colors are there, they look or they becomes more pop with the black background.
Become even black.
Yes, yes.
With no wrinkles.
Yes, yes, I understand.
Okay.
So, any specific doubt, Madhavi ma'am or Soumya? Okay, fine then. I'll be posting this to the group. Bye and good night.